everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Rime of the Frostmaiden, Part 19, The Secret of the Dark Duchess. Not to be confused with our last session that was, we thought, also named The Secret of the Dark Duchess, which we later renamed The Search of the Dark Duchess. It's fine. Today is May 16th, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, including full playthroughs of Curse of Strahd, Ghost of Saltmarsh, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Tomb of Annihilation, Tyrant Security, and many, many more to come. Or if you're more of an audiocast inclined individual, you can also find us anywhere audiocasts are made available for free under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on our Discord. You can find the link in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audiocast down below. Again, feel free to ask us any of the questions that you have during the show, and we will do our best to respond in kind. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and all of those other places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this wonderful cast and crew even more? Guess what, buddy? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, clocks, aprons, shower curtains, and we also have Tiamat masks. That's right, we have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, done up by our very own Cyberwolf1201. Where all of the proceeds of said masks end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, feel free to, again, go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So, hey Satan, who you playing today?
Hey everyone, my name is Satan, and today I will be playing Kuori, the Goliath fighter, and we both use she/they pronouns.
Oh, hi, everybody. It's me, LizMac, and I'm back this week playing Lydia, our sweet bean rock gnome cleric. We both use she, her pronouns.
I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be playing as Hart, the Wood Elf Druid, and I have a new set of antlers for all you people watching on the video cast. We both use he.
Or Greybeard of Greybeard Tavern, and tonight I'll be playing Westloy Bumblebrook. Halfling Phantom Rogue, and he and I both use he, him.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm your DM for tonight. I use she, her pronouns. Let's just get right into it. We bow to she who wears the crown. Let the world shiver with dread. Clad in winter's whitest gown, her snow enshrouds the dead. I believe when we left off last time, Kuori left us with the chilling revelation that the Duergar had already found the Dark Duchess. Coming into the Duergar's camp, you find empty beds. However, digging through it, you're able to find a number of different items of some value. You can find 5 scrimshaw objects, each worth 25 GP, a potion of climbing, a potion of healing, and a first level spell scroll of Hellish Rebuke. And in the chat, I believe I got a question from Satan as to whether or not Kuori can use scrolls. I'm willing to say that yes, Kuori can use scrolls. I think that in 5th edition, you are limited by your class as to what scrolls you can use. I feel like that's dumb. So we're going to homebrew specifically for this game that at least Kuori can use every scroll, because Kuori is very smart and
I'm smart.
I said so, that's why.
Yeah.
So, when we last left off, you all were trying to take out a Duergar camp before they found the Dark Duchess, but it seems to have all been for naught, as it appears that they already have. What is your next move?
Find the Duergars, find the boat, take out Duergars.
Right.
Got it? Good.
Yeah, I say we skip the planning this time. That was a really good plan, and I'm really upset that it didn't work.
I'm very upset that I used one of my spells. Yes, but I.
This is
Mea
true, but
culpa.
we kind of work best when we're flying by the seat of our pants, I believe is the term. So let's just find them. Let's find the boat and figure out from there what we're gonna do.
Can I? Would I be able to make like a survival check to see if I can see any footprints leading off anywhere?
Do it.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Thanks. So that was not good.
You get out a D4.
9.
All right. It has snowed recently, and while you can see that within the camp, it is well trodden. All of the snow is fairly well packed down by dwarven boots. They do go off into several different directions and are quickly covered over by the snow.
Shit.
So we want to find the Duchess? Is that, try to
Yes.
race there?
Yes. Do you
And
know what it is?
Westloy throws back his cloak and bows, as you wish. And he
I like this guy.
trods off in a direction towards the Duchess.
Okay. And as Wesloy makes a beeline for the Duchess, Kuori, you are actually able to see in certain areas the snowfall was not as heavy. And you can see that there is quite a number of dwarven boots heading in that same direction. That will, every now and then, a snowdrift will kind of, slope away, and you will see a bunch of dwarven footprints, and then another snowdrift will have covered them over again. It would have been very difficult for you to track them on your own. And you suspect that Wesloy isn't tracking them either. He knows where the Duchess is, and he's going straight for it.
Squints and sus. But Corey will tell the group, because I think Wesley had said last game that there were at least a mining group's worth. I don't know how much that is. Maybe 12, we said. So she's like, there's going to be a lot of them. They're going to be invisible, so get ready.
Okay. Well, I can definitely help with the invisible part. And as soon as we are within range, I'm gonna cast See Invisibility.
I like that.
Beyond.
As soon as we're within range, I'm going to use my side crystal to determine where these invisible creatures are, because I can do that.
Love it.
So saith the rules.
So saith we all. I have a question. Are there any conversations that occur in the hour or so it takes to get to the Duchess?
Okay, that has to be real specific on time, because I'm still in my wild shape that lasts for 2 hours. So is it an hour or is it so? Because that determines if I have to use another wild shape.
Sure, I'll say an hour.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still starry form.
Okay. Is starry form Hart just kind of gliding with us, like the tip of his feet just kind of dragging through the snow, anime style? That's how he walks.
No, he walks with his own 2 feet, at least for now. I think it's like level 10 or something like that I get a fly speed, but yeah, it's a hover speed. But yeah, right now it's just like it's more walking with purpose rather than like hovering.
He's gliding in the same sense that you would if you were like a queen, amongst her subjects.
Yes.
I say
am a queen.
I say he walks with the weight of a galaxy.
It's the Terminator walk, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Purpose.
I
Purpose.
think like during this time, Lydia will probably sneak to the front and just sort of keep pace with Westloy. So you seem you seem to know exactly where we're going. Are you familiar with this ship more so than we are? Any information that you have will help.
I believe it's been 2 weeks, so I think we'd established that Westloy
was the sole survivor.
was the sole survivor of the Duchess. So if not, he will still reiterate that in this moment.
Right.
So
sorry, it has been. It has been.
I know. I couldn't remember really either. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's been
so,
2 weeks since we played D&D.
Exactly.
Then I think Lydia will just like ask Westloy about his time on the Duchess, but not necessarily what he was doing. Just do you have any like really fun memories or tales from when you were at sea? These walks through the snow can get a little treacherous, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah, so he'll just basically begin talking about sea life and how it was, how being the cook aboard a naval, not naval, a merchant vessel can be. You live in smoke and darkness, but you eat good. And he goes to like pat his belly, but there's no belly because, well, it's lean times. And so he's like, yeah, I mean, you get exotic spices and you get to make things, that other people don't ever get to taste. It's an interesting, a good life. I can't, I would not complain except for being frozen in the ice here and, being forced to wander the snowy wastes. And he kind of smiles abashedly. And,
what's your favorite thing that you cooked on the ship?
Oh, well, I do indeed, as I've discussed with Hart, I do indeed love a good pie. And he'll start the litany of like the Bubba Gump shrimp thing with about pies, blueberry and strawberry, rhubarb, but he'll at some point realize that he can go on for a long time with that, and he'll say, "Why, excuse me, I don't mean to prattle on. What is it that you enjoy when you're not searching for your brother?"
I miss my mom's cooking. She makes the absolute best potato and fish stew. I know it's so simple, and like for that to be someone's favorite meal, and you've had all these exotic spices and foods and delicacies, but I don't know. My mom does this thing too where she bakes fresh bread and then serves it in the bread on
bowl.
special occasions.
Yeah, his stomach crumbles. Even though he's had good berry, it's still just, bread bowl soup just sounds amazing. And he says, well, that was obviously made with, the secret ingredient. And he says, lard. And then he laughs at his own joke. Yeah, and then yeah, and he'll give he'll pipe up louder so like the group can hear, and he'll kind of give a description of the ship the last way he saw it, just so you kind of get a layout of what's sticking out of the ice and what what we should find.
Well, Westloy, if you're ever in Terramain after all of this is said and done, we'll have a bread bowl of potato and fish stew for you. You're always welcome. But for now, let's get you back to your ship. And get those who don't belong off of it. Can you give me a heads up when we're about 15 minutes away? I want to make sure that I can see anyone who's hiding.
And voice in the sky, do I know the terrain well enough to be able to time that?
That's the thing. The terrain is almost always changing.
Yeah, that's
ever so slightly over time.
Okay.
These ice flows are very gradually grinding against each other. But you've noticed in all the times that you've come back to check on this place, it has been moving slower and slower. And the sea of moving ice has frozen more and more, like further and further off of the shore. But I'm sorry, what was the question?
Would I know enough to give them a timed warning as we're closing in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
All right.
so, because you have been here very recently.
No.
So, like, I don't know, I imagine you probably, in my mind's eye, says that you say something dramatic and then you crest over a hill and then you see it. I don't know. Do we have a one-liner for Wesloy as he approaches the
I think
ship?
we do, which is Babars. Thank you so much for the sub. GB, would you like to show what happens when people subscribe or follow on this channel while you're here?
When I'm here, I take this maul and I hit that guy in the face.
It's a good bomb.
Nice.
Boom. That's just for you. I guess Wesley would, as they were cresting said hill or whatever, he would like look back at Kuori like she's too tall, with a bit of panic, and he'll make the like scouty motion, like low, lower yourselves. We're almost there. The game is afoot. We are almost nearly upon them. And he looks at Hart, and Hart doesn't have obvious eyes, right?
There is, so normally Hart's right eye is the one that's like wounded over that he can't see out of, but when he's in Burning Star mode, it looks like a meteor just kind of like hanging out.
Trailing off of his face.
All right. Yeah, and he looks Hart in the meteor and says something along the lines of, let's try not to make our presence known before we have to.
Okay.
And as you say that, four heads go peeking up over the hill, and you see the sea of moving ice stretching out before you, a featureless frozen desert. Ahead, the smooth white surface is interrupted by a towering ship, its exterior covered in frost. The wood of the Dark Duchess is very dark, almost black, and it is really she is up to her waist in ice. I have to say, it has deteriorated over the years, but she's still as beautiful as ever. This large, three-masted, just wonderful instrument of maritime travel and transport. As you start to get a little bit, first of all, you guys are looking for danger, and
I also have sea invisibility up, just as a heads up.
Yes, I remember. Looking about, you see no movement on the ice surrounding the ship. You do see some disturbances in the snow coating the ice, something that looks like claws. And likewise, you see something that looks like boots sticking out of the snow, and very dwarven boots at that. But aside from that, not much else.
I think that we should approach as quietly as possible, as Wesley instructed. But there's some boots sticking up out of the snow there. I don't know if this is a Hart situation where someone's buried underneath the snow or if they're waiting. Just.
Do you want me to stomp on it to see if they're alive?
Maybe not stomp on it. That might be very loud, but
I could stab it.
That's also very drastic. Wait, no, we have to.
Pulls out sword.
I leave it to your best judgment. But for now, I think that we should try to be as quiet as possible. Additionally, is it like nighttime still? Like pitch
I would
black?
say so. Yeah, you can even see the lights that Oral weaves each and every night. Just kind of this curtain of greens and blues that honestly casts this eerie glow down onto the ice.
I specifically noted last time that while we were enacting our previous plan, I used my Eyes of Night ability to make sure that everyone had dark vision.
Yes.
So that is for 8 hours. So that's still up.
I'm gonna try and use my side crystal to see if I can sense any thoughts nearby. It's
What
120
is
feet.
the 120 feet? Does it work through?
I would let
it-
you know.
Okay. Does it work through wood?
It doesn't.
Wood, I think, doesn't block it fully. I'm pretty sure lead does, though.
Any amount of lead will block it fully. And
Yeah.
2 feet of natural like wood or rock will block it. But it has to be 2 feet thick,
Okay.
if I remember correctly.
How close are you to the ship?
At least 120 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Let's start there.
I'll buy that. I get within range.
Yep.
Okay. You as you approach and like I imagine Kuori's a very methodical person, a very scientific person, and like the scientific
Yes.
method is very strong in their mind. So they've been able to suss out exactly what the range of their psi crystal is. And as they approach, like they're looking off into the distance and they're like, okay, that boot is now within range. And you get nothing. And you get a little bit closer. And you get a couple of blips on the inside. You get surface thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Aquaman like wings.
That's what,
Yeah. It's mostly panic. It's not really words mostly. It's just panic that you're getting back.
I will let my team know. It's like, there's something up. They're panicking. I only get a few blips though. Those boots are dead, by the way. It's fine.
By the way, what was it that you all were looking for on the Duchess?
Kuori?
The cargo that it was holding. It's very important and it could be very, very bad in the wrong hands.
Well, I mean, it's very bad in any hands. That's why you have to wear gloves when you handle it.
Duly noted to both of you. That's good information.
Well, apparently, in its like just natural state, it's fine. It absorbs magic, but there is a bit of it. She says this quietly. There's a bit of it that's been perverse by demonic magic, so it makes you go crazy.
Also, great information. Thank you very much.
I don't know if this is the same one. It might, because wow, are they really panicking in there?
The closer you get, does the psi crystal? I really should know this. Does the psi crystal like give you individual blips? Like, does it tell you how many there are,
It's just the same power of like.
or is it
surface?
just like soup?
I would imagine it's like blips because it specifically says you can like find the location of like invisible creatures.
Okay,
Like with
all right.
it.
So on the Kuori radar, you
Yeah.
get 4 blips.
On the ship?
Forward blips.
Okay.
Not the cat kind, not the cute ones.
Lydia is going to take a moment and she's not like she purposefully is like looking through her bag or something and not looking at anyone. And she's going to use her telepathy to speak to Hart and just ask while he's in starry form and just say, "Hey Hart, you doing okay?"
Trying to speak to Hart while he's in Burning Star mode
Mm-hmm.
is like opening the door to an oven. Like you can feel power, like literally, it's like you can feel the heat on your face, and like there's a kind of like a dull hum coming from inside.
No thoughts. Head empty.
I'm just gonna write a few things down and don't mind me. Okay, experiment completed. But I don't hear any words. Just I open the oven door and the cookies are
You're
not
glad-
finished.
This is like speaking to him. Like you're basically talking into the oven. You'd really have to get your head in there to hear.
I think
we all know it's bad to put your head in an oven.
I think I will not Hansel and Gretel this at this moment in time.
Maybe on like a long rest situation, but like
That's
we're
what
going into
I-
combat. There's this whole thing. There's a ship.
So, just as a quick side note, I've had it written down to try and use detect thoughts on Hart or telepathy on Hart while he's in Burning Star since like the fight where my dad and Lucas were still on the show. And it just keeps not being an opportunity. So like, he's in the form. We're not in battle. I'm a do it. So, okay. Thank you. Interesting.
As you get closer, you can see that there are more than just those boots hanging around. I'll say that Wesloy kind of trips over what appears to be a pickaxe. You come across several other mining materials, just sort of half buried in the snow. And amongst those materials, you also start to find bodies. There are a good number of dead and dismembered Duragar out here. And as you I imagine like Kuori kind of like comes over and like pulls on a boot, and
It's
like
just the leg.
just the lower half of a dwarf comes out of the snow, and like as you're processing that,
Slowly
you
put
hear,
it back.
you hear a loud thumping and creaking coming from inside the hold of the ship, followed by the guttural snarls of some sort of creature. The ship is not as abandoned as it appeared.
The moon's haunted.
Go ahead and give me those stealth checks that I never asked for before.
Did you know I have disadvantage on stealth checks?
Guidance on Kuori.
Oh no. Okay, I'll take it. But I've rolled pretty well actually. 20.
Okay.
That's a 5, champ.
Oh, Burning
A
Star.
Terminator walk. It's fine.
At 21 for Lydia.
Okay.
Oh, 22 actually.
Ooh, Wesley?
Mucho mas, 29.
All right. I'm calling this a group check.
Oh, thank God.
Since everybody else did so darn well. How does Burning Star almost fail this check, and how does the rest of the group scramble to cover it for him?
Yeah.
So I think that like they hear the creaking from the ship and the head just sort of like turns towards it. Magic just starts like forming around him for like a magic missile. Like, all right, like clearly this is it. And like just getting ready to blast, and you have to like put your hand on his shoulder or something. And just like, no,
Not yet. Not yet. Wait till we see what's going on, okay? I'm gonna take your silence as a yes. I'm gonna take you not shooting magic missiles as a yes.
Okay. You can hear more scratching and thumping. Kuori, if you keep your your line open, like the panic kind of swells in response to that.
Let's see if this thing was going to take the Duragard out first. Do I get like a blip that's different like, because I can hear the scratching, and you said roaring as well, the screech.
It needs a intelligence of at least 4.
3.
3 of at least 3. Well, then I need to correct myself and say that there is, yes, a different blip.
Let me double check before before I tell you exactly. It says a 3 or if the creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak any languages, the creature is unaffected. But it doesn't say I can't detect it.
Well,
I guess, yeah, no.
I'll put it this way: the creature is not unaffected. So you get 4 blips and then a 5th one.
What does the 5th one feel like?
What's the 5th one thinking about?
Yeah.
Well, it's shouting expletives in giant mostly.
I can speak giant.
I know.
Oh no.
It seems frustrated about not being able to get through a door.
So there's probably a giant in there.
Wesley, would you know a secret way onto the ship? Like, is there a way that we can climb up in the captain's quarters, or do you all have like a little hidey hole entrance or something?
Let me
Wesloy?
think.
Yeah, Wesloy. Hi there, Wesloy. It's me, the voice in the sky. You know that there's no way onto the ship aside from climbing. It's very slippery and difficult. Like the lowest point on the ship from the ice to the railing is 10 feet. Fortunately for your buddies, it seems they came well equipped, as they all have a bunch of climbing tools. They'd be able to get up there fairly easily, though they will need to have another stealth check to not alert whatever is in there. As for the captain's quarters, that has been like locked since the day you left it, and it has only like gotten more difficult to get into since because it's been freezing over layers and layers of ice. It would be quite difficult to get into the captain's quarters.
Okay. No, it would appear that we're going to have to climb. Or, he like kind of bows to Kuori. Kuori could, huck me up there. I'll attach a rope.
Okay, she just grabs him by the scruff of the...
Just immediately.
Because I only weigh like 40 pounds all told.
Lydia said let's stop playing, so I'm just going with what I'm being told.
Exactly.
One of Kuori's favorite things to do is to throw people who are smaller than her.
Yeah. She's a very smart person, but it's the simple things in life that bring her joy.
Yes.
Right.
So Kuori throws you, and then Wesloy, you land at the top. Give me a stealth check to land cat-like and quietly.
Rolled an 8, so 19.
Okay. It took you by surprise, but you're good at this. So you land and slip a little bit, but you like slide in such a way that like you like basically lower yourself onto the deck, and then you like crawl over and like throw down a rope and steady it. The rest of you are able to climb up. Meanwhile, there is more sounds of clawing and snarling and wood being scratched and splintered. You reach the main deck.
So good.
Yep, so far so good. You reach the main deck, and Wesloy always, as you left it, if only a little bit more coated in ice. Towards the back of the ship, where the captain's quarters would be. That door is indeed coated with ice as you left it. and towards the middle of the deck, there is a gigantic hole that seems to have fallen out of the main deck and just fallen directly into the ship itself. The sounds of snarling and violence are coming from the stairs leading down into the hold.
Lydia will sort of sneak up to sort of see what Westloy is seeing, and then try to stealthily peer down the stairs to see if I can get eyes on.
You want me to throw you too?
We're already at the top. We're already at the top.
Oh, I thought the rope hadn't been thrown down.
Corey's just on a throwing spree.
Exactly.
Okay,
You get to be thrown, and you get to be thrown. Everybody's getting thrown.
I just
This
imagine...
is 100% a sport that like the Goliaths would come up with too.
Oh, absolutely.
oh yeah. Can we put for Nights in the Courtyard? Ender, can you write down throwing gnomes?
Yeah. I was also going to say, isn't there that Scottish sport that's literally throwing really heavy stuff very far? Like it's not like shot put,
Kyber
but-
toss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
caber
log.
toss.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Um,
Lydia, give me a stealth check as you peer down these stairs.
I have advantage on those because I got my new boots. My sneaky boots. It was not great. 9.
9. Okay. Lydia, you creep towards those stairs. And as you begin to peer down into the darkness, you do that thing where you miss the first step. Misjudge where the first step is. So your foot just kind of slides off the first one and smacks into the second step down, and there's a sound, a hollow sound of wood, and also a little bit of cracking ice, and the creature down in the darkness kind of stops what it's doing, and you hear a questioning
Row Shaggy.
Lydia, shh.
Out of the darkness, climbing up the stairs, you hear footsteps that are followed by splintering of wood with each step, and a kind of a crackling sound that follows. And as it gets close enough for your dark vision to sort of proc it, you see a clawed, hairy foot kind of come up the stairs a little bit, splinter the wood, and then you see frost just sort of spider web out onto the wood from it. And then you see a claw come up and slam down onto the wood from a humanoid-looking creature, equally sharp, equally hairy. And then that arm your eyes follow up a big, meaty, muscly arm, just this patchwork of fur, and up to some hairy shoulders, and a quite ugly face, with a downward hooked, fleshy nose, sort of tusks that poke out from a prodigious protruding lower jaw, and some pointy, almost bat-like ears, and just these glowing red eyes as a ice troll peers up at you with malice. Time for some initiative.
Question.
Oh no.
Voice in the sky. Would I still have had those other 4 blips in my radar? Or are they just gone?
They're still there.
Okay.
That would be a 3 from Lydia.
Okie doke.
A
12.
15.
3 from Lydia.
She's real scared.
15 from Hart.
And then 12 from Kuori, right?
Yes.
12 from Kuori. What do I got for Wesloy?
2.
A 2. All right.
No, 22.
22.
22. Sorry.
That's a very different number.
I
Yeah, you-
can't roll a 2.
It's literally
plus
impossible.
5.
Exactly. Okay. Sure enough. So since this combat is going to be occurring on some icy stairs, I'm gonna say if you are on the stairs, you're gonna need to make me an acrobatics check, or let's call it a deck save. You're gonna have to make me a deck save to not fall onto the stairs, and then like wacky hijinks ensue. At the top of the round, we have Wesloy. Lydia is at the top of some stairs, and you can hear something large and scary approaching.
So Wesloy will sweep across and with consent will snatch Lydia out of there. and
Yes, you
and
getting snatched.
Save me, Wesley. You're my only hope.
yeah, and if viable during that situation, he'll huck a bag of 1,000 ball bearings down the stairs.
Oh, I love it. Yes, do it. What is it that ball bearings do?
They make it difficult terrain, and I will look to see if they have further effect.
I'm pretty sure it's something very similar to having to walk on ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ball bearings. Where are you? These two. Oh no, it's not listed here. It's in my backpack. Yep, not listed here. It's in the backpack.
A creature moving across the covered area must succeed on a DC 10 dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Yep.
Oh, a creature moving through the area at half speed doesn't need to make the save. All right, cool. Got it. That'll come up on its turn.
Yep. Yeah, and I just want to get us out of the way of the door, so if there's ice breath or cone of cold or anything like that, we don't get blasted.
Nice. I imagine you do this all in one swift movement. You just kind of like squeak in front of Lydia, do like a little two-step to like sort of sweep her out of the way, throw those ball bearings down there, and then like turn around, just like go.
Out of the way.
All right, Hart.
So we see the big nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
And just kind of like place it right behind the creature. And then have it like go into its back, so its only way out is up towards us.
Okay.
So it then, on the casting of the Flaming Sphere, it needs to make a dexterity save. It's looking for a 14.
Okay. 14. Yeah. I don't think a 3 is gonna make it.
That ain't it, Chief. It's gonna take 4 points of fire damage off of 2d6.
All right, doesn't like that.
I didn't
Not
either. It's
one
okay.
bit.
And then as a bonus action, because I was in archer form, I get to make a ranged attack with it with a celestial blast. That is... Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
All right, cool. Moving on.
It just bounces off of its thick hide.
Yeah, and Hart just stays next to Kuori.
Okay. Kuori, it's your turn.
Do I want to use magic? Probably. So is neither Lydia or Westlaw are in the way, right? Anymore?
Nope, they moved.
Cool. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at this motherfucker. So does a I got big dice, so now I can actually see the numbers, so I'm very happy. I can't do math. It's not that hard. 18.
18?
Yes, does that hit?
It certainly does.
Okay.
Let's see some damage.
I don't want to do more mental math, so I'm going to do the damage on. Oh no, that's fine. 13 fire damage because I'm going to use fire. Because ice and fire. So she's going to create a small bead of what first is frost, then turns into a burning white fire, and it just shoots directly into this creature.
All right. Well, there's fire down the stairs and fire up the stairs, and trolls don't like fire. I can tell you that. He seems to be having quite a bad time. You can see embers, live coals, just kind of nesting in his fur, and he shrieks in pain. Lydia, it's your turn. If Kuori has nothing else.
No, that was my whole action. I don't have anything as a bonus action yet, so that's me.
Lydia will firstly put her hand on Wesloy's shoulder as a thank you, and also to steady herself a little bit. And she's gonna peer through. I imagine we have come up the stairs and moved around the little banister that would go down the stairs, and she'll peer through. Inspired by being on the ship, she removes her bell from her pocket of components, and everyone is used to her ringing the bell and it sounding like an old creaking ship when we are in fact on an old creaking ship. So it blends into the environment to the point where Lydia is almost worried it doesn't work, but she is going to cast Toll the Dead, and I need a wisdom saving throw from our trolley friend, and it needs to beat a 15 wisdom.
Okay. Well, he got a 17 despite everything.
It, in fact, Lydia is unsure if the bell actually worked because she couldn't hear it. It sounded like the ship, and nothing seemed to happen.
Yep, you ring that bell, and all you see are just these two glowing eyes, like embers, just crawling out of the smoke towards you. And as it does so, it's gonna slip on the ball bearings, so it's gonna do that dex save. That's a 9. That doesn't beat a 10. He falls prone. He goes sliding all the way down. So he looks real scary right up until the moment where his legs go out from under him, and he just half slides, half tumbles down these stairs. And you hear a meaty crunch as he connects with the wall at the bottom. Wesloy, I'd like you to give me 2d6 of bludgeoning damage for him.
Does he crush any other people, luckily for us? No? Okay.
I have that right here. Haha. I'll just roll that. 10.
All right, thank you. All right. Well, unfortunately, he only used some of his movement. He'll get up and try again. This time,
point of order. Did he slide down through the flaming sphere?
You know what?
Does he have to? Okay.
What happens when he slides through the flaming sphere, Hart?
Well, is he prone when he's falling?
Yes.
All right, cool. So, he still needs to. Let me see. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw, but I think if you're prone, you have disadvantage on those, right?
Sure.
I think so. Let me check. Conditions, prone, disadvantage on attack rolls, only movement. No. There's no. It can still do a standard dexterity save. Anyway,
gotcha. Doesn't help him at all since he got a 3.
Again, yay. Wow, that is 5 extra points of fire damage.
He hates that.
Getting there.
All right. He kind of shakes his head and gingerly rises to his feet. And instead of using his attack, he will double move and carefully go up the stairs, avoiding the ball bearings. And that's basically going to be happening throughout the rest of this turn, is that you all are just like peppering him with like spells and attacks and such as he slowly makes his way up the stairs. Let's see Wesley.
Snuck up on me there. All right. Ooh. I am not much of a ranged individual, because all I have is a sling. No one's in contact with him. Yeah, I'll just huck a sling bullet. 24 hit?
Definitely.
Oh, good. And 7 points of damage.
All right. Anything else for you?
No.
All right.
Wait, I can hide. That way I
Ah.
can sneak attack him next time.
That's right.
Even if somebody isn't next to him. Oh my god. All right. I rolled a 1, so that's a 12.
Unfortunately, his passive perception is 12.
Oh.
So it's the only situation where he would have been able to see you.
All right. I think I'm hiding. This is going to be bad.
Unfortunate. Okay. Hart, it's your turn.
Okay. Hart is going to let loose some a set of magic missiles for a total of 9 points of damage, and then as a bonus action he just makes like a beckoning motion with his hand as the flaming sphere creeps up towards the back of this troll and just starts burning into it. He needs to make another dexterity save.
Okay. That's a 12.
Okay, that still fails.
Okay.
Finally a 7. That is the
Yay.
exact median for 2d6. We got there.
Oh, it's like me trying to roll hit dice. Okay. Anything else for you?
No, that was action and bonus action.
Nice. So he's like slowly making his way up the stairs. A sling bounces off of his shoulder. The flaming sphere is crawling up his back, really just kind of making him look more and more like a demon crawling its way out of hell towards you. Kuori, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use my movement to go up to the guy or gal, we don't know, or neither. And I'm actually going to, with a flurry and frost, her short sword is gonna appear, or long sword actually, it's gonna appear in her hand. She's gonna attack twice. So I can do that now.
Yeah.
Let's see. 15?
That does not hit. Your sword clangs off of its stone
23.
hide. That'll definitely hit. I imagine Kuori like swings her sword and it bounces off of him, and then she just kind of like gives him a look like and then stab.
Yeah. It's 7 points of damage from the sword. She's kind of doing like a bit of a barricade between the group and her party members, but still enough so they can see it and like not block their direct line of sight.
Gotcha.
But that's me.
All right.
I have 2 weapons.
Lydia, it is your turn.
Oh, hi. Lydia will once again, she'll like flip over her bell in her hand and find that there's like some cookie crumbs and a little bit of lint stuck in it, and clean it out quickly and peer behind the banister, in between the banister rails again, and give it a good shake. So I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. That one's an 18. It's the wisest fucking troll there ever was. This guy's got a -2 to his checks. For some reason, it's just the wisdom saves that he's rolling so well on.
Me. Trolls are usually canonically pretty dumb. Well, that's it for me.
All right. The ice troll and Kuori are in melee with one another. Kuori, as this ice troll gets closer to you, you can hear the wood around him straining as it begins to freeze solid, and a rime of frost begins to form on every surface near it. It
Rime
has
of the
a
Frostmaiden.
Knights in the Courtyard about what a rhyme is. But this thing does in fact have a aura of cold about it. So if you
I'm resistant
start
to
your
cold.
turn with it, yes, that's gonna be useful. Hopefully, here he comes. He's gonna bite you and then slash at you. Yeah.
Rude.
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
His teeth just snap as you duck.
Push him with a fucking shield.
Yep, exactly. And then here comes some claw attacks. The first one's a 26.
Yeah.
And the second one is a 19.
Yeah. Question: Did we have a long rest or a short rest?
I would say,
I don't know.
I feel like you guys
I
left pretty immediately.
started
particularly-
off with 34 hit points out of 49. I don't know why, but I'll keep it.
You would have rested before then, though, right? Before the actual thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
we had
A short rest, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
We fought the frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we rested.
It's been 2 weeks.
I think we at least took an hour to rest while we talked to Wesley.
Yeah, you guys would have at least had a short rest while you were making plans.
So
Okie dokie.
I'll just, yeah.
I was gonna say I was at full HP and I don't have any of my hit die knocked off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we might have taken a long rest.
I think so because we waited till nighttime to
Yes.
go to the camp.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's call it a long rest.
Okay, just making sure because I'm like I might die sooner than I thought. But go ahead, give me those damage rolls.
Lydia had cast her hut.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Lydia's tiny hut.
Right. Okay, so first attack is going to do 9 slashing damage and 12 cold damage, and you're the one that halves that. I give you the full amount. And then the second attack is going to do 11 slashing damage.
Ow.
And 7 cold damage.
Me too, Frankie. That is Kuori right now. Ow.
Yep, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
As frost begins to spider web across your limbs where his claws has made
18.
contact. You are able to resist his icy claws, and it has little effect on you.
Not looking so hot though.
I think that's it for him. Wesloy, it is your turn once more.
So they're at the top of the stairs.
They are kind of like halfway up the stairs. You guys are at the top of the stairs.
Okay. All right. And the flaming sphere is directly behind the troll.
Yes.
Question: did the troll move away from 5 feet of the burning sphere at the end of its turn?
No, I don't think so.
Sweet. It needs to make a dexterity save.
Okay. 12?
12 fails.
Okay, damage, please.
10 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That's it.
Is there room in the stairwell for, I'm assuming not, because there's a Goliath and a troll, for Westloy to do anything but fire a sling? Can he get in there to attack?
Yeah. You could belly up next to Kuori and get in melee if you want.
Okay, and I can move because of my halfling nature. I can move through opponents' squares as long as they're a size larger than I. So I will then do that. I will slip in, stick a couple of good sword attacks. Oh, I can't do two sword attacks. I can only do one because I have to use my bonus action to get the hell out of dodge.
Gotcha.
So, one short sword. 18?
Yes.
Okay. And so starting off, that's 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And then neck attack damage for another 12 points of damage.
All right.
And last but not least, you hear Wesley say, "Get him, boys!" in not Wesley's normal voice, and out of the darkness comes the skeletal tattooed sailor hands to tear at the troll. Ugh, only for 5 damage. That's necrotic damage if it matters.
Understood.
And then bonus
Knights in the
action.
court. Yep, to get the hell out of Dodge. Knights in the courtyard for turkey jerky. Can you write that down for me, Stephen?
Yeah, why?
Thank you.
Nice.
Well, that's what Knights in the courtyard is for, isn't it? All right, and unfortunately, it is also your turn after I've told you to do something for me.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm going to do another magic missile burst from a starry nap.
All right.
Oh, God. Oh, there it is. Hey, that's not so bad. Total of 8 points of force damage, and then moving the flaming sphere to bump into the troll again. So it needs to make another dexterity save.
All right, that's a 6 on its dexterity.
God, it is not a very dexterous boy. That's
No,
really
he's
good
also
for
got
me.
he's got a -1 to his dex as well. He's
4
failing all his
points.
dex checks. 4 points. Okay, he's failing all of his dex checks. But for some reason, it's just the wisdom that's really good. All right. Anything else for you, Hart?
Nope, that was it. I'm standing next to Kuori, or I guess yeah, I was standing next to Kuori this whole time. So unless Kuori took a step forward, he's just
Kuori moved forward.
Okay, yeah, then Hart's in the intermediary position where it's Kuori, Hart, and then our two short friends.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Kuori, at the beginning of your turn, you're within the cold aura, so you're going to take a number of damage. Have this 8. 8 cold damage. Sorry. And then it is your turn, Kuori. You are muted.
I'm all I literally said was I'm looking on a scale of 1 to 49. I'm looking at a rather 16.
Woohoo!
Let's try.
If you're in double digits, you're doing better than he is.
Great. Why don't we try another spell? I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Okay.
Do I want to do math and try my luck with my hand dice, or do I want digital and blame D&D Beyond?
I mean, you can always listen. We've got people here that will do math for you. You can just say the numbers out loud if it doesn't hit you immediately.
Okay, I'm gonna use my big number dice. No, I know this one. 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. 2d10 damage. That's not a d10. That's not a d10. Excuse me. While that's not the best. 8.
8 damage. All right.
Yeah.
This takes him down.
Ooh.
He's got flames licking up his back. The damned sailors of the Dark Duchess come crawling out of the darkness and hold him down as stars are being pelted at him from Hart. And then Kuori, tell me how your firebolt takes him out.
Because they're in melee, I think what she's going to do, they're very angry that they're really hurt because they have to protect their friends. So instead of going with their sword or like just shooting out a firebolt, their sword's gonna disappear from their grasp and their hand's gonna grab at their throat and just like point blank firebolt through it.
Oh, nice. Yep. Firebolt just goes straight through their body, leaving a charred hole where its neck used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It hits the stairs with a meaty thud and begins to roll slightly down them. We are out of initiative.
Fuck this troll. I am hurting.
Are you hurt, Kuori? And Lydia will like reach over and cast Cure Wounds at second level.
I think this would be the first time you see that she has frost over her, but that's not her frost. It's hurting.
And she's wearing gloves, right? Like we can't see her frostbite hand.
No, you can't see her frostbite hand.
So you heal 2d8 plus 4, so that is 6, 9, 13
Oh,
points.
thank God. Thank you. You're quite literally a lifesaver. Hey.
Well, and Lydia like looks at her bell very disappointedly and just says, at least it's the least I can do.
Now there's 4 other fuckers on this boat.
As you
She
say
says
that,
loud enough
Yeah.
for them to hear.
yeah, that panic spikes a little bit as you say that. It seems to be coming from somewhere in the hold. You start to make your way down the stairs. There's a couple of things that you notice. First of all, there is a way to, well, hold on, let me double check my map. It's right in front of me. I can see it and everything. Yes, that's right. Okay. At the bottom of the stairs, you can see light filtering down from the hole from the deck above. And then off to the right, there is a pile of what appears to be snow and ice, but there is some glistening from underneath it, kind of a shiny gold sort of glisten underneath the ice. But behind you is where those blips on your radar are coming from. You turn around, you see that there is a door that has been shut, and like there are claw marks from where the troll was trying to smash it down.
Can I, as a fear tactic, grab the troll head?
Okay.
Can I try to kick this door open?
Yes, you can. Make me an athletics check.
Okay.
Guidance.
Guidance, thank you. Okay. Let's use my shit. Wish dice. Blue dice for ice. Okay, that's very good. I'll still use my guidance to make it extra cool. That's 2. I'm using my fingies to count. That is a total of 25.
Oh my goodness. Amazing. Boom! That door goes flying across the room. You hear it slam into the opposite wall. As you like...
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, like, tell me how you enter this room.
I want the door to do what's that, but as soon as it does that, I want to throw the troll head in there.
Oh my god. Okay. So you throw the troll head into the room. It goes kind of rolling a little bit. Its slack jaw just kind of flopping. And as you do so, you see four javelins come out of the darkness and just go and like maybe one of them barely hits the troll head, but most of them just kind of like almost stick into the ice and then like flop off to the side. And then you hear, "Oh no, we're completely unarmed!"
I can't see anyone, right?
Well, you have dark vision now, thanks to your very good friend Lydia. You look into what appears to be the water storage, and you can tell because all of the barrels have like swelled, and like the lids have kind of popped off as all of the water has completely frozen solid, and water expands as it freezes. But kind of hiding and shivering behind some overturned barrels, you can see 4 sets of eyes and some reptilian claws kind of like peeking over the wood of these barrels.
Who are you?
What are Hart, Lydia, and Wesley doing as this is occurring?
As Kuori traumatizes these people.
It's just using the last of her sea invisibility because it's up for an hour, just to make sure that there's no one else lurking about. She's sort of surveying everything around the ship, and that's what she's up to.
Hart is like he's just standing there like if anybody's gonna start shit, like that like central star in his chest that he usually pulls like a flame blade or the flaming sphere just looks like it's ready to go at any moment.
Okay.
Westloy's just standing in a shadow, ready to back up whoever makes a move.
All right. Lydia, I feel like you're someone with a lot of passive. You and Hart both have the same passive perception. However, he's more drawn to like combat, I would say right now. And after spending an entire combat, like, trying to toll the dead and that not necessarily procking off, I feel like Lydia has her mind on other things at the moment. You're kind of drawn to this pile of ice. And as you approach, you take your gloved hand, you kind of like move some snow out of the way, and you can see that like this ice is actually perfectly transparent, and peering in, you can see just piles and piles of gold underneath.
Under the ice?
Gold, treasure, scrimshaw, various things. You can I think you can even, as the daughter of an adventurer's shop owner, you can recognize that some of these items kind of have the look of magic about them. And as you're looking at this, you hear a ruckus behind you as that door flies open. And we'll cut back to Kuori, who is harassing what turns out to be 4 kobolds hiding behind some barrels. You shout, "Who are you?" And like all of them disappear. They all have those eyes that kind of sit on the top of their heads like crocodiles. And they all like and they all disappear a little bit. You can hear some rummaging around.
I know there's 4 of you in here.
There is a movement and kind of like a clumsy jerk as you see a very tall figure kind of like come up from behind.
Are these 4 kobolds in a trench coat?
They are wearing a trench coat. And the top one is doing its best to convince you, like, 4? I have no idea what you're talking about. You gave me such a scare.
I can literally sense 4 of you in that trench coat.
I sense I don't understand what you're talking about.
What are you doing here?
Sweet pea, get the shit. Let's get out of here.
What are you doing here? I can hear you.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
I have +0, so. Can I use strength instead of my charisma?
I'll let you have it for this one.
Okay. I mean, it's not that much more. It's a 9.
Okay. Um, this goes on for a little while, where like, you know, they kind of like stumble forward and like, you know, obviously like they're
Can I
doing
tip
like
them over?
they're doing like the Muppet thing, like oh wow, like, you know, trying to like pass themselves off as a person, and then you just literally shove them over and they all go tumbling and they're like scatter, and they all like just start running and bumping into walls and things.
I'm not going to hurt you if you don't hurt me. But I will cut your head off like that troll if you try anything.
Okay. These guys seem to be in quite a panic with Kuori talking to them.
It's not
Kuori-
Lydia.
Kuori might need some help on the diplomacy side of things here.
Lydia, this isn't my type of diplomacy.
Lydia will kind of brush some snow over the little brush some snow back over the ice and leave one of her just like something from her spell bag, like a little twig of rosemary or something on it, and go to the room with Kuori and just sort of look up at the trench coat wearing kobold and just
They've been tipped over into a panicking
Yeah.
scramble at this point.
okay, everybody calm down. Hello, is anyone hurt? Are you guys doing okay? First of all, I'm Lydia. And you are? And she'll like wait for an introduction from
Sure. I imagine that you're speaking placatingly, like all of them are kind of scrambling about. These guys are the Icewind variation or variant of kobolds. If anyone here is, I guess like Wesloy would probably be familiar with like a Forgotten Realms kobold, which is like scaly and kind of knobbly and like has a lot of sharp edges to it, and then of course like the cute little puppy nose. The Icewind Dale variant of kobolds, I am going to say kind of lean towards the white and gray end of the color spectrum, with kind of like a mottling that looks a little bit like stone. And they all have slightly larger eyes and kind of flatter heads, a little bit, and also fatter tails, a little bit more gecko and a little bit less crocodile. And I imagine as you're speaking placatingly to at least one of them, they find themselves getting kind of like backed up into a corner, and finally they just kind of like sit down and like cover their face and shiver. And when you ask their name, this one looks up at you and says, "I'm Squeak."
It's very nice to meet you, Squeak. If you all could just calm down just for a moment. And then is Hart still in Burning Star?
As long as the time's there for it, but I think that if Burning Star sees these four little creatures like shivering from the cold, just create bonfire. Like there's like a little bit of a flare up, but then just like heat source.
Lydia will walk up to Burning Star. Now, is Burning Star wearing all of Hart's gear?
So it is like a mask layer where Hart normally is. Like there's no tangible clothing or staff or anything. It's literally just like a cookie cutter with like a galaxy layer underneath.
Just
right.
His silhouette, basically.
Would I be able to like reach into Hart's bag in the cookie compartment and take out cookies though?
Yeah,
okay.
I would say so.
So
like basically as you like pull like as you like pull the cookies out of his bag, they go dark briefly for a moment and then just turn into regular cookies.
Cool. So Lydia will take 4 cookies and walk up and offer one to Squeak and just say, "Here you go. You must be hungry."
Squeak, like shivering, kind of like reaches up and like takes the cookie, and then just like the moment that they have food in their hand, like they forget to be scared for a moment, and then they just kind of like sit there and look at the cookie like all interested, and then like now like cats, all of the kobolds have like hearing like the treat bag crinkle, they all forget to be scared, and they all like their heads turn in unison towards you, and you see one come up and like sit down next to Squeak, and then another one sit down next to that one, and then another one comes and sits down next to that one.
Lydia will go down the line and ask for each of their names as she hands them their cookie. And your name?
One is Squeak, one is Rasp, one is Growl, and the largest one is Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea.
Kuori will be like, "I'm sorry, I scored you. I thought you were enemies. My bad."
Pug
that's
Henry,
okay.
thank you so much for the follow. And LB, thank you for the raid.
Oh my god!
ZB, would you like to showcase what happens when somebody follows?
Sure. First, since we have raiders, I grab a shield, and then I take this maul and I hit that guy in the face.
Nice.
You go down the line. The first one introduces itself as Squeak. The next one is Rasp, and likewise has a much more raspy voice. There's Growl, who seems to be the grumpy one, and then Sweet Pea just speaks monosyllabically and has the deepest voice of all of them.
Hello, my name's Kuori. I apologize for scaring you. I thought you were enemies, but your troll has been dealt with.
They all put their hands up and cheer. Yay!
Do you live here? Or are you just visiting?
Yeah, what
Oh,
are you
yes.
doing on the ship?
We live here. We tend to the Duchess. Yes, the Duchess.
You tend to the Duchess.
We serve her. The Duchess, yes.
Yeah,
How long have you served the Duchess?
Oh gosh, I don't know if kobolds have that. Well, let me see what their intelligence is. They don't have a concept of time, really.
also, were these on the ship before?
Nope. No, they were not.
All right.
These guys are new.
That's what Lydia was trying to get
Yeah.
at.
These scallywags did not belong here. They're squatters.
Well, how exactly do you serve the Duchess? Squeak, Growl, Rasp, and Sweet Pea.
We do as she asks. Yes, do as she asks. We protect the treasure. The treasure.
I know, Sadie. Okay. Well,
Okay, so okay, just so that you know,
Kuori goes, "Lydia, I don't want to kill them, but I feel like they're going to get in the way of us trying to get what we want."
Lydia will respond telepathically back to Kuori. It's okay. I have a plan.
Yeah, telepathically. I forget I could do that. I'll do that telepathically.
So you see Lydia just like disassociate for a moment as she's responding to Kuori. So okay, I want to be upfront as to why we're here on the ship with you all. We've been sent to secure the treasure and the cargo so that it does not get stolen and used for evil. I understand that your job is to protect it. Our job is to protect it too by removing it from the ship. Is that okay?
They are watching you very intently. You see like one of them, like one of their eyes, like trail to like the cookie bag as you're talking, and then like shake themselves out of it and look back at you again. Another one literally licks their eyeball as you're talking.
Okay.
Their tongues are blue.
Okay. Wait a second. I wouldn't know anything about blue tongues. Ah! That was doppelganger. Just let me remove that meta knowledge from.
Are your tongues always blue?
I'm trying to decide whether it's more fun for them to be colorblind or not.
How do you speak to the Duchess?
She speaks to us just as easily as we speak to you.
Ah.
Where? Where is she?
And like Growl says, like this, and like turns to Sweet Pea, and the two of them just start going like crocodile noises coming out of their mouths.
What is this Duchess?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the thing that they. I decided they would say about her.
Very powerful, very beautiful.
Yes, but where?
Gone. She'll be back.
Okay. Well,
Then I suppose we wait for her to return.
in the meantime, I'm going to just take a look around, okay?
Okay.
Cool. She's
Lydia-
just gonna turn around.
Lydia will go and get 4 more cookies from Hart. And like she will just like say telepathically
There
to
would
the
only
oven.
be 3 more.
There'd
because
only
I
be
can only
because
make
there's
10.
10,
Yeah.
10, right?
And there was 4 for
Mhm.
us, so yeah.
She will take 2 and divide them in half, leaving 1 in the thing.
There's a single cookie left.
And we'll hand them out to continue to distract and placate our new
Mhm.
kobold friends.
I would
Of course.
like to investigate, please.
All right. What are you looking for, Kuori?
I'm looking for the Chardlin and
You're looking for
whatever
the
other
Chardlin.
goodies this
Okay.
this
Excellent.
mistress hides.
I would like for you to roll. Okay. Well, I'm going to say that some time passes as you all investigate the ship. Eventually, Hart's burning star would go down. I want to get a roll from everybody on how they contribute to searching for the Chardlin. I guess I'm getting an investigation from Kuori. How does everybody else contribute to this search?
Damn it.
Probably.
Guidance? Anyone?
Lydia can definitely give you some guidance if you're going off on your own. 'Cause she's
Please.
gonna stay with the kobolds and just like just keep an eye. They do a little
Mhm.
babysitting type of
Mhm.
situation.
You could possibly roll a persuasion to contribute by,
I'm
babysitting.
I'm good at that. Hold on.
I rolled a 14 for investigation.
Okay, 14 for Kuori.
Oh, that's good. Natural 19 plus 5 for 24.
Nice. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay.
There's a door coated in ice.
Mm-hmm.
Cast create bonfire and just let it sit for a minute because that's how long it goes, and then just like be kind of like using the butt end of my quarterstaff to try and like crack the ice on that's coated this door while getting that extra heat from the create bonfire.
Right. Okay. Wesloy, what are you doing?
I think Westloy will, because of his familiarity with said ship, he'll try to, move things around to get, better access to things. Maybe find those little hidey holes or whatever that all ships have. That kind of thing.
All right. What would you like to roll for that?
Either history or athletics.
Okay. Do so at advantage because you've been here before and you're very familiar with this place.
All right.
And there may be a whisper or two to help you along the way.
Okay. Good thing I have advantage. Oh my goodness. Okay, even with advantage, I got 13.
13. All right. It takes some time. It takes about an hour of Hart just re-upping the bonfire on the icy door in order to get through it. During that time, I imagine Lydia is getting to know the kobolds pretty well and keeping them placated. Kuori, you are just kind of wandering about, and every now and then you cross over with Wesloy, and the two of you are able to exchange some notes. Basically, you're trying to deduce where a treasure like this could possibly be, knowing that the captain's quarters have been sealed since the moment the Duchess went down. That's a pretty good indicator of where it could possibly be. There's a thing that Wesloy kind of says in passing that struck him as strange, and therefore, just kind of got mentioned at some point. The Duchess always sat lower in the water than she should.
Okay.
Even when she was empty.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. So I'll do two things. If we think the captain's quarters is the best place to start, Kuori's gonna help Hart by just throwing firebolt, because she has it as a cantrip, at the door to kind of crack off the ice. Not necessarily wait for it to melt entirely, but start like cracking off ice, melting places where she can like just
being a bit more forceful.
Yeah,
I see that. Okay. Wesloy, I want to say at some point while you're wandering around at the bottom of the in the hold, at some point you start hearing like a shanty sung by a choir of voices that gets louder and louder as you begin to walk towards a particular section, and then it goes silent. And then you look around, trying to figure out where your old crew is trying to lead you. When you notice a kind of a strange, like, triangular hole in the ground, almost kind of off to the corner inside the hold. And as you're like trying to figure out what that is exactly, you hear upstairs Hart and Kuori have finally broken through the ice and are getting at the door of the captain's quarters.
I should still have dark vision, so I'm gonna first. We see Wesloy, and he says, something like, "Well, thank you, lads. This is just about right." And he like looks down in the hole with his dark vision.
Mm-hmm. You peer down in there, and what you see is a whole lot of darkness, but there is, you have dark vision. It's shining, like it's like if you could see the inside of a geode without opening it.
Oh, sweet.
ship is made out of the thing.
Is the hole? Does it look like I can fit a palm in it and like lift or pull?
Much
or
smaller.
It's
about
smaller.
About that
Okay.
big.
All right. It's a triangle about the dime size.
Yep.
Okay. But you said I did hear that they're cracking through the ice up top.
Yep. The ice has I imagine like Kuori gives it like one last jab, and she like gets a hand around the handle, and there's like a ka-chunk, and you hear like very loudly the door opening.
Kuori will say, like, as she's talking because of what Westloy had said to them about the Duchess always sinking, like being lower, like laying lower. Because this is a thought I had before we did that scene, and I've learned in this game, say your thoughts out loud sometimes. But Kuori is theorizing over the possibility of having secret cargo or something attached to the ship that's making it heavier. That could be what we're looking for. To kind of Hart, just to kind of talk out loud to someone. So it's possible we could be looking for like a key or like a map or blueprints here as well.
What if it's like in the tummy? Like if you're like when you swim, you always swim with your like belly on the like towards the water, right? And then you go like this with your arms. So like
Yes.
what if it's sinking because it's heavier in its tummy?
That's what I'm thinking.
Do ships
Maybe
have
that's
tummies?
where it. Well, it has a hole that's kind of shaped like a tummy. Yeah.
I imagine this conversation was occurring while the two of you were just shooting gouts
Yeah.
of flame
Yeah.
into that door.
Yeah. But when we do get in there, Corey's gonna be looking for blueprints, hidden keys,
Gotcha.
any information about the cargo of this ship.
You open up this door and you enter into a place that no living creature has entered in years. The aft castle is taken up by one spacious cabin, and frost covers every surface and every furnishing. And it even covers the human corpse that is slumped up against the port side wall, its left arm draped over part of a heavy chest that's tucked into an alcove under a staircase. The skeleton wears a jacket and a wide-brimmed hat that hides most of its skull. Under its right arm is a journal. The floor is strewn with empty wine bottles. You go for the journal.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it's the skeleton has got a huge treasure chest under its arm, and Kuori reaches for the journal. God, I love her.
I got two hands. Each one can reach for
I
your
can
both.
hold both.
I can hold both.
All right. You look at the journal. You kind of have to like pry it open a little bit. It cracks a little bit as the frost kind of flakes off. And Westloy, do you come up to see what's going on in the captain's cabin?
I'll say something along the lines of, well, lads, if you have anything to tell me, you better tell me now, because it sounds like I got to go. And he kind of like looks around for ghosts.
Silence. A little bit of squeaking,
All right. Oh,
like a moose.
okay. Like animal squeaking, not boards creaking.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I'm like, right then. And then he spins on a heel and heads up.
Okay. So Kuori is starting to like open up this journal and look through it. Meanwhile, Westloy and Hart come trailing in after her and examining the room.
Yeah, Hart's just sort of like looking around, sees a body. Nobody's freaking out about it, so he just assumes that's where it's supposed to be.
Kuori telepathically is gonna tell Lydia what they found, and then as Wesley walks in, while simultaneously reading the book, putting the treasure chest on a desk and trying to open it with another hand, and just be like, "Did you find
Multitask
anything?"
queen.
Yeah.
Or rather, Lydia, when you're contacted, you are busy reading a bedtime story to the kobolds, and they are all fast asleep.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll do that. That parent thing where I like carefully shuffle them off of my lap and stand up and test the floorboard for squeakiness before I step on it, and slowly walk out of the room, extinguishing the candle and closing the door. Where you like turn the door handle so that it doesn't click when you close it. and just carefully walk out of the room to join everyone else.
Gotcha. And did Kuori say that she was gonna start reaching for the treasure chest as well?
Blah.
Okay. I imagine your hand sweeps away some frost, and you can see that engraved into the locking mechanism of this treasure chest. It says, "The mouse gets the cheese."
What does the mechanism look like? Is it just a key?
It's a lock. It's a pretty expensive one. It looks like it'd be hard to pick. But looking at Captain Rudolph, as Wesloy can tell you his name is, and also you can glean from his journal, he has he's got a gold chain around his neck, and at the end of that chain is a key with a rat skull embossed into the head of the key.
Give me the key. Somebody give me that key right there. That he's holding it. There's a skull. There's gold. Yeah.
Wesley will grab it and say, and it almost comes out in the Cockney accent, and then at the last second he says, "Pardon, Captain, I must relieve you of this for a moment," and then he hands it over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for Lydia to open this thing because she is aware of treasures and stuff. I am also aware of traps.
Walk in the room looking very tired. I wipe some like drool off of my arm. From where one of the kobolds had just fallen asleep and drooled. Okay, they're asleep for now, but we want things to stay friendly. We should be as quick as possible and maybe try to get some rest ourselves before this Duchess reappears.
Do that. There's this chest. Whoever wants to open it is free. The importance to me is not treasure right now. That's to find out where this shardlin is. So whoever wants to open this, be careful of traps. Here's the key. I'm going to read this journal. And she's going to unceremoniously just sit at the captain's desk and just say, sorry, Wesley, I don't mean to be rude.
He's not about to get up and use it. I hope not. Anyway, and Wesley will begin to investigate for traps.
Okay. Give me it sounds like.
Oh God, I forgot Wesley was a rogue. Jesus Christ.
He's such a gentleman, though.
Yeah.
All right, and that is investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not my strong point. Oh, bam, though. Natty 20.
Yeah. Woo. Awesome.
Woo.
I will say that you find no traps. It looks like it's a fairly straightforward, if very well made lock. The key should work just fine, but on a nat 20, I will share some information with you once it's open.
Okay. Take that. As I'm putting the key forward, I look at the rat skull, and I look off to nothing and think for a moment. Squeak, hole, key.
Mouse gets the cheese.
Uh-huh.
What?
And
What? What?
And then open the lock.
You have to. It unlocks smoothly, but you kind of have to force the lid open because it's still frozen shut. Inside, you find that there is a wooden partition that kind of divides this chest into two halves. One side is empty except for a bunch of wine-stained corks. It seems that this is where the captain kept his wine. And on the other side of the chest is some gold, some silver, a few treasures, and a gray bag that smells of magic.
And
You meet it, honey. Not sorry, Lydia.
Smells of magic, you say?
Yeah, Wesley just said what he's seeing.
I imagine Lydia's head pokes over his shoulder, and she's eyeing up that bag.
Do I
Step aside.
recognize what it is?
Give me an Arcana check. While you're doing that, Wesley, with your natural 20 investigation, you recognize there is a false bottom to this chest.
Oh, but wait, there's more. And yeah,
So, not terrible because I have a +7 to Arcana, but I rolled a 3 for 10.
10. All right. This is magic, definitely. If you had a little bit more time to spend with it and compare it to your own documents, you might be able to identify it at some point. Or if you came across somebody who had a magical way to identify it, such as with a spell called Identify, you can figure out what that is. I'm going to tell you because I don't care. It's a gray bag of tricks, but don't meta-knowledge that. Hush, hush.
Noted.
For note-keeping purposes, it's a lot easier to just know.
Yeah.
But wait,
Wait.
there's more.
There's more. Wesley, you press into the special spot to make a mechanism very smoothly bring up a little pedestal, and then this pedestal spits out a what appears to be another key handle. This one's just kind of ornate and squiggly and swirly and stuff. And when you grab it and pull it out, instead of teeth in the head of this key, there is a wedge of cheese.
Your captain really liked mice, didn't he?
Did he? Was that a thing? He had a mouse motif?
I want to say that
Or
he had
cheese.
like, you know what?
He was a sea
You know, like
rat.
how captains,
Yeah.
you know how how captains will have like a monkey or like a parrot or something.
He
I
had a
want to say
rat.
this guy had a rat.
He had the street urchin background.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He didn't.
Oh, I was gonna say I was just gonna say he's a ratical pirate.
He did indeed enjoy a rodent or two. Not on a stick or in a stew, but he carried one around.
Oh, do you know what this key might open?
As some perchance would happen, I just may have found where this key goes.
Excellent.
Wesley, you're amazing.
Let's put it up to spirits of the sea.
Like the creepy yoho that happens sometimes around you?
The very same.
Mysterious man, like it. It's like a pat to the back, but maybe a little bit too hard.
And he'll start walking out.
Right. As you head back down into the hold, you start to hear the chanting of ghostly voices, like basically the one of those call and response songs. And as you approach and you stick the key into the hole, the chanting stops once more.
And am I the only one hearing it?
I want to. Everybody here has at least a little bit of sensitivity to this sort of thing. I want to say that there's kind of a weird wind and a very small a hint of a song.
Okay. Is that where we want to cliffhang?
I have a better one coming up,
Okay,
and I'm sorry. I know it's
okay.
been a while. I need a break too.
Yeah, okay.
You get that key into the hole, you turn it, and with a ka-chunk, you can hear the whirring of a mechanism as the door begins to open. Meanwhile, Kuori, you've gotten pretty good at splitting your splitting your attention between two different things, particularly when one of the other things is a book. You are learning all sorts of things about our good friend Captain Rudolph. However, as you're sort of skimming through it, and as this door is opening, revealing a belly full of shining chardolin, you come across a particular passage in this journal that kind of raises the hairs on the back of your neck, and I'm going to send it to you. And I'd like you to read it for everyone to hear, as this is a revelation that comes to you at the same time as it's going to come to everybody else, basically.
The damned white dragon is back, circling above me like a vulture. I reckon she could carry this ship back to Luskan, were she a mind to. To die of starvation, bitter cold, or dragon. Choices.
The door opens, you see the shining chardolin beneath you, and then suddenly there is the sound of something very heavy hitting the ice. You can hear cracking and snapping and straining of wood above you as something makes the ship rock. The kobolds stir, and you see one of them poke its little head up, and it goes, "The Duchess is back." And that's where we're going to go on break.
Oh, good.
Oh,
no. Oh, nice. Fantastic. Congrats, everybody. We're fucked. So with that, we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend. But before we head into our break, Liz, there was something that you wanted to say before we headed into break.
Well, actually, since it is now past midnight on the East Coast, we do not have the opportunity to have you enter our giveaway for my however, by all means, there are going to be more in the future, so make sure if you really like limited edition custom art HyperX headsets to follow at Clever Plays on Twitter, and you'll find out more when there's another giveaway.
Yes, but for now, we are going to be heading into our break, so we're going to try and be back shortly. Don't go no place, and we'll see you all shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome. We have returned to the sounds of an ancient meanie pants dragon landing on the ship. Liz, before we begin, you said that you had an announcement.
I do have a quick announcement. So if you recall, just a few minutes ago, I mentioned that my giveaway for Clever Play Studio in our new game Operation Tango had ended. So while we were on break, I pressed the magical button on our giveaway platform that drew all of the winners. And I am pleased to announce, again, this is drawn randomly and had no influence from me. And I can normally we wait to announce winners, but I can do this publicly because I do in fact know that friend of the channel and community member Dom Henderson
Drumble
has won one of our custom limited edition headsets. And I know he is in chat currently, so congratulations.
Yay!
But if you would like to be like Dom and enter and win any future things, make sure to give us a follow. But congratulations, I'm so excited for you. He did specifically say, I told you I have the winning ticket, which it turns out that he did. So thank you. And yeah.
Yay. Wings, take us away.
All right. So when we last left off, everybody was in the hold. You had used the cheese key to open up a secret mechanism to reveal the secret cargo of the Dark Duchess. when suddenly over the howling wind, you hear a flapping of titanic wings followed by the cracking of ice under the weight of something immense. A loud snort accompanies the sound of claws scraping against the ice-glazed timbers. The voice of what can only be a truly immense dragon fills the bowels of the ship.
I smell warm flesh and hear the panic of beating hearts. Ready your spells, Melthorand. We have uninvited guests.
Look, I'm so happy, Steven. I'm about to kill you.
I know, it's really hard. I just love this dragon as a player.
He's so starstruck.
Yeah.
You hear a dragon alight on the ship. What
We've got to go.
That's fair enough. I want to say that as this is occurring, Wesloy, it's almost like it's just kind of background noise that's happening to you, because you are more interested in what is in the bowels of the ship, in this secret cargo that you've opened. You're a little bit starstruck yourself because you didn't know what was down here. Only the captain did. And suddenly, the mystery of what was like haunting you all this time, like what did the whole crew die for? Just a bunch of black shiny rocks. And as it turns out, the crew is all standing around you, all looking down into the hold, and like basically kind of having that same quiet moment of like realization, like this is what it was.
Mother. All right. Yeah, I guess I'm looking back and forth to all of them, and yeah, I don't think he says anything. I think we kind of just see him standing there, looking at the ghostly figures and down at the rocks, and yeah, I don't think he'll, unless something occurs, it'll just be that moment until something shudders, shakes, or bellows to kind of bring him out of it.
I think
you snap out of it and become fully aware of the situation that you're in.
The next thing Kuori was gonna do might snap out. She's gonna go to the secret compartment, close it, and take the key.
Okay.
And just say, this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. And she starts like going through like her own spell books, like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Meanwhile, you can feel the weight of the ship beginning to shift as something prowls closer to that hole in the deck. And you can see the shadow of an enormous bat-winged figure beginning to fill the light that is streaming down into the hold.
Guys, I don't think I can fight a dragon.
I don't think so either. I am not looking my hottest right now. Jesus Christ. This is the episode where Janae kills us.
It's the one where she kills you.
Yeah. Shit. I am panicking.
That's fair.
Kuori, I remember how I said that we should just not have plans and fly by the seat of our pants. I see now the error of that way as well.
We couldn't plan for this.
I don't know what it is that we should do.
We could try to talk to the Duchess, but I don't know if she'll listen.
I'm not that persuasive.
Our job was to find the ship, right?
And secure the Chardolin.
Well, we know who secured it.
How much Chardolin is there? First of
It
all.
basically it fills the entire like bottom of the
Bilge.
ship.
Okay,
The
so I
bilge- the
cannot
bilge.
shove
The
it into my
bilge,
bag
yes.
of holding.
Nope. No, you could not.
Probably take like
You could get a
handful.
good amount of it. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know if anybody's listening to surface thoughts, but in Westloy's head, he pretty much is saying, "I'm pretty sure I can get out of this, but you lot are fucked."
Corey's gonna be like, hey.
And he like feels bad about it. He's literally like, oh.
Oh, bless.
Can I reach out with my psi crystal and look at the surface thoughts of this creature?
You want to do that, huh?
Yeah. He doesn't, they don't know.
Okay. She smells something. And it's not like those dwarf creatures that she ate earlier.
Yeah.
Something fresher.
Mhm.
She kind of chuckles to herself as she remembers, oh yeah, those dwarf creatures thought that I couldn't see them. It doesn't matter if I can't see something.
Smell.
I'm half blind as it is.
Corey will like repeat that into Lydia's brain and into Hart's and into Wesley's.
Lydia doesn't have the spells for quick escape.
I have I'm gonna real quick as a player, I'm gonna tell you all the spells I have. You tell me we have better ideas of what to use. I have animate objects, arcane eye carrying lock, blur, confusion could be a good one, conjure elementals, detect magic, disguise self, hallucinatory terrain could also be a good one, illusionary script, invisibility, doesn't matter, levitate, magic missile, mirror image, mislead could also be a good one, phantasmal force, phantasmal killer, seeming, sending, silent image, and slow.
As a player,
Mm-hmm.
I also would like to remind you, Satan, legendary resistances are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
even
know.
for spells like confusion, she
And
would
very
have to
high
let
wisdom.
herself be confused. Mirror image would probably be your best bet because that's on yourself and makes you harder to hit. But
The only
if
thing
she,
I can think of is I can put up my tiny hut and she can't get in for 8 hours, but she could just wait. Hey, that's
Well, give us more time to plan, though.
We need to run.
We need to run.
We need to run very fast.
Shit.
I'm good at running. And I could... Wesloy and Lydia would both be able to ride on my back.
And do that.
Well,
Okay.
I have to say, I might not take you up on that. I plan to stay here. I'll cause a distraction, and
So you plan to die.
no, you can't sacrifice yourself for us.
I can distract and try to join you later.
How about this? You leave with Hart. I will cast mirror image on myself. It'll be harder to hit, but I can run.
Okay. You can't outrun that. That flies. You can't outsneak it. The best you can do is hope that I can keep her busy while you get away.
But
This is where I was meant to die. I will just join the crew. It's okay.
that's That's not okay, Leslie.
And there is a possibility that I may be able to sneak away in the confusion.
She's going to look at Wesley. Corey's going to pick up Wesley by the shoulders. You listen here. You better make it out of here alive, and I better see you again in a totally different scenario that I did not expect you to be in. Do you understand that? Or I will find you, and I will bring you back to life, and I will kill you myself.
Someday in a pie shop or coffee house somewhere, yes, we will have a delightful bagel.
I'm going to cast on you, actually. So I'm going to cast. Wait. No, that's not gonna work because. But let me see.
I assume we're loading your bag right now
Yeah,
with as
loading-
much Charlotte as we can.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Sure. I imagine, like, I know that you said earlier that you, like, shut the trap door and, like, lock it. We can retcon that and say that you actually
Yeah.
jump down in with the Chardolin.
Yeah,
and
that
meanwhile,
makes sense.
Meanwhile, you can hear the dragon, like, kind of walking around and sniffing and, like, sort of, like, musing to itself. Not really even to itself, but to the rider on its back, which at least two of you would know is a frozen corpse.
Yeah. Question.
Answer?
If I were to blast a real big hole into this hole, would it sink?
It's worth a try.
Okay. Just wondering.
Lydia will take a moment as the Chardolin is being shoved into Kuori's bag of holding and just give Wesley the biggest hug and just say, it's been an honor to get to know you, Wesley, and I meant what I said. That bowl of potato and fish stew is waiting for you, so you better come and get it. And as like her hands leave from around your back, you see a faint glow of this silver shimmer, and she's gonna use Vigilant Blessing, so you have advantage on your next initiative roll.
Damn.
Nice for you.
Nice. Okay. So as we load the equipment, I want everyone to get ready because Kuori's going to try and blow a hole into this hole.
This part is underwater though, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to sink the whole boat.
Mm-hmm.
So I need everyone to get ready. Because we'll go like out of the trapdoor. But if there is any weakened spots that they can see, I'm gonna start blasting chromatic orb at it.
All right. Okay. What is everyone's plan going forward?
Hart is going to use his last wild shape per short rest, but instead of starry form, he is going to turn into an elk.
Okay. Nice. I like
He's
it.
done it before to help out his friends, and at least he knows like he's large enough. Kuori can hop on his back, and Lydia can hop on, and he has a 50-foot movement speed.
Nice.
Like we can get
Awesome.
we can get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah. So I'm hoping maybe we can, as when Kuori makes this hole, we can jump through before it starts quickly sinking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear
Okay.
you. Okay. Lydia's plan is to act as support through all of this.
Yeah, just essentially trying to keep my eyes out, hopping on Hart's back as soon as he shifts to Elk, and just also sadly looking at Wesloy.
Okay.
I was gonna say before Hart turned it, like right before Hart turns into an elk, he also wanted to give Wesloy a hug, and just say,
There were so many more questions that I wanted to ask you, and I didn't have enough time. But when I see you again, even if I have found the answers, I'd still like to have a conversation.
Tea and pie, my friend. Tea and pie.
Have a great day, Wesloy.
and Hart will kind of just like ruffle his hair a little bit, and then like as he turns, his body just like stretches into a fucking large animal.
That's awesome.
Blasting chromatic orbs at this shit. So
And-
it's
All
two.
Westloy's plan:
Mm-hmm.
grab the anchor chain and try to get it around the dragon.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm liking this. Okay. Cool. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and roll some initiative. And we're going to call this a skill challenge.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Four.
Or
Even with advantage, I only got 14.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
you're
Okay.
muted, by the way, Indoor.
Yeah, I said I have to check on this because
Oh.
Hart's because when he changes into a beast
Now he's an
form-
elk.
Yes, I have less initiative as an elk than I do as a wood elf, so it's still good. It's still a 17, but if I had waited, it would have been a 20. Just impatient.
Is bokeh. All right. So, this gets kicked off by Kuori, who starts like blasting into I'll say that there's like probably a bit of the ship that like it must have run aground against an ice flow at some point.
Mhm.
So like there's like pretty clearly some parts of the ship that like have broken open or like have like a weakness to it. So you start blasting at that particular area. And when you start doing that with your chromatic orbs, the dragon reacts violently. And the whole ship sort of like rocks off to the side. And Lydia and Kuori are kind of like knocked off of balance. And this explains why you have such low initiative here. Hart, you're at the top of the initiative. What are you doing?
So Hart is surveying the area. Lydia or Kuori has blasted the hole. That is correct. He is going to go over to Lydia and gently using his antlers as possible wants to like scoop her up onto his neck and then like kind of like pop his neck back so she slides down onto his back and then go near Kuori so that way she can like Legolas arm and like swing her way up on and just fucking dart out of this place.
Love it.
All right, so what would that be?
I'd call it an acrobatics or athletics.
All right, I'm gonna do athletics because I am not an acrobatic elk. That is a different character. Pretty sure that's my brother. 15.
15 is gonna be good. You managed to scoop up both of your friends, and though they are both caught a little bit off guard, before they know it, you're already heading up those stairs. The dragon's head snaps towards you as you do so. It seems that she has become aware of the intruders. She says,
Well, we know how to deal with thieves, don't we, Melthorond?
and she comes running at you. Wesloy, it is your turn.
Yeah, so as my feat for 4th level, I took squat nimbleness, and that's why I can keep up with Kuori and them, because I'm faster than most people of my race, and I also have advantage on acrobatics and athletics checks.
Ooh, I
So,
love it.
so I figured living in the north, living lean, and having to be such a physical action hero type, I figured squat nimbleness sounded awesome. And yeah, so I'm kind of waiting in ambush to snag the anchor chain and try to leap over they, and try to like do like a loop around its neck and hold
All
the
right.
chain and basically, jab a dagger through the chain or something to try to keep her here so that they can at least get a head start.
Cool. Roll for me.
All right. I will hit. Oh my goodness. Come on. That's better. Whoo. Unnatural 20. Dirty
love to
20,
see it.
as it were.
Super good. All right. As she jerks to pursue Hart and the others, suddenly there is a chain about her neck.
How about you?
And she snaps against it, and you feel the entire ship rock with the force of her body coming to the end of this chain. This is a gargantuan creature, so she is quite large. As she does so, you can see the body on her back rock dangerously, and you see her like turn and like look at it and kind of like gingerly try and nudge it back into place. Lydia, it's your turn.
Seeing this, Lydia will immediately turn around from Hart's back and cast Guiding Bolt at the dragon.
Okay.
At 3rd level.
All right.
So I'm going to do that. Please don't fail me now. That's not bad at all. So +7. 26.
Nice.
To hit. I'm going to roll it in the app because that's a lot of dice. For 16 radiant damage, which for 66 is not a lot. There's quite a few ones in there, but the next attack also has advantage on it.
All right. Okay. You guys are up on the deck of the ship by now. You can still kind of see this dragon thrashing about through the hole in the deck. Lydia has just lit up the dragon. Kuori, what do you do?
I'm making that hole in the side of the boat bigger. Make sure it sinks.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna send another chromatic orb into the okay. All right.
And
can I? Sorry, just I remembered something as soon as I put a bite of food in my face. As my bonus action, Lydia is going to use her telepathy to scream at the kobolds to get off the ship. The sleeping babies, she is going to yell at them telepathically to get off the ship.
Fair enough. Okay, I get you.
So, question. Can I... No, I cannot. I answered my own question. So I'll just throw another chromatic orb at this thing.
Okay.
16. I chose the dice. I couldn't actually see what it said. 16 to hit.
All right. Yep. That'll do it. You do more damage to the hold of the ship. You see thick black icy water begin to pierce and fill the belly of the Duchess. Arviatoris is fucking pissed that she's been attacked, and also the radiant bolt that Lydia, the guiding bolts that Lydia sent off towards her, scuffed the saddle a little bit. So after making sure that Melthorond is steady on her back, she turns around and her milked over cataract filled eyes are filled with rage as well, as she comes rushing towards you, not paying any mind to the chain around her neck. Athletics check from her. Okay. With a dirty 20, she reaches the end of the chain, and there is a terrible scraping sound as she starts to take wing. Hart hops down the 10 feet onto the flat ice of the moving sea and just is running as fast as his elk legs can take him. And we see behind him, the ice is beginning to crack and kind of turn on its side. The Duchess is grinding downwards, and the dragon comes up and out of the hole in the deck, and is dragging it by the anchor chain, just basically ripping the deck to shreds. There is shining chatelaine just being scattered into the waters below. And at some point, she gets clotheslined again, as Wesloy, you see your fallen crewmates have risen up out of the ice, and their skeletal arms are digging into the hull of the Duchess and pulling back to draw her down into the depths with them. Where are you as this is occurring?
So I was on the chain, and I jammed a dagger through the chain to kind of make it a clasp. I'd like to swing up, and being the small creature I am, would like to run down her neck and tackle the rider.
Oh my god!
Totally just blam, body smash into him. try to unsaddle him, as it were. And luck be damned if we fall to the murky water below. I at least took him with me, and I'm hoping that with her concern, she'll be distracted.
Okay. Fuck. All right, I'm giving it to you. You tackle the icy corpse off of her back. She shrieks in rage and fear. It turns into something. It really turns into something that's a lot more desperate than what you heard before, and it's just Melthorond, and you go down back onto the deck of the sinking Duchess, and you see her turn around and give you those eyes. And this fucking dragon just turns around and jackknife dives into the deck of the Duchess and poof, absolutely just cracks her in half. You see the aft castle and the forecastle both go straight up into the air and begin to sink below the waves, as the rest of you continue running. Wesloy, there is a moment where you are like everything goes dark for a moment, and suddenly you're standing inside of the geode, and Captain Rudolph is next to you, and he just kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "One way or another, we all died when the Duchess went aground."
And I think Wesley, I think he'll just sort of look up and then just start, "Farewell and adieu, my fair luskin lady." And he looks about at the crew, and they all start up too.
Mm-hmm.
And as we head down, so there it is.
All right, awesome. The Duchess goes under, and Hart, you continue to run and run and run as the ice continues to crack underneath you as you go, and it eventually turns calm for a moment. Do you keep running or do you stop to look back?
I never stop running. Are you kidding me? Fuck everything that just happened behind me. Whales exist. This dragon is back. Westloy is falling. I am in charge. Like, I'm the driver. I'm the cool guy. Can't look at explosions right now because I might hit something that causes all of us to sink underwater. Just go.
I will say that Lydia has, because the detect thoughts is, I believe I can do it up to 120 feet, I think. Let me double check.
You've gone so much farther than 120 feet by this point.
Yeah.
I move 50 feet around, and if I'm using a full round action,
geez,
that's like
double that.
10 seconds. We're
Yeah.
out of there.
Yeah.
Yep, for
Uh,
sure.
But just looking at the ship, she's gonna take a moment and clasp her raven symbol and just say a prayer for Wesley to the Raven Queen.
Okay. I can't think of a better place to leave off than Hart running across the vast white expanse that is the sea of moving ice away from the sinking wreckage of the Dark Duchess, as we hear a soft sea shanty off in the distance, joined by a multitude of voices. That's where we'll leave off.
Thank you so much for running this fantastic game. Oh my god! That's where we have to call it for tonight's session, as well as GB, thank you so much for being an excellent guest on this. Westloy had better come back, or else I will personally drive to Michigan. It's an incredibly far distance for me, but I'll do it, and I'll give you a hug.
Aw.
Yes, but I always enjoy whenever we can have these folks on this channel. Wings, where can we find you? What do you do?
I always forget that I'm first in these things. Hi, everybody. I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me on Twitter at Danae Keener or at Flailing Wings. Danae Keener is my professional art Twitter, and Flailing Wings is my bullshit Twitter. So if you want bullshit, go to Flailing Wings, and if you want art, that's, go to Danae Keener. I also keep my streaming schedule there. I'm probably gonna have to start moving things around. Things are a shifting, things are a changing, very much like the moving sea itself. But I will get right on that, and go check out DanaeKeener.com.
Hi everyone, my name's Satan. I got a lot of feels. I have so many feelings. But you can find me on Twitter at LizMac. TP that's down below in this awesome overlay. You can also find me here Sunday nights with these amazing people, this lovely GM, as well as Thursday nights playing Mask Generation for the next few weeks at least. You can find me over at Valdrian Saturdays playing Dragon Age for the next 3 weeks. Then it'll be a season finale. Next month we'll come back at Plot Hunters with a new season with some Underdark goodness. And Sunday mornings you can find me over at the Hive Goblin. Exactly 12 hours before the show starts, I'm DMing my friends at 10 a.m. EST. But other than that, you can still find me here once a month on Wednesdays playing Lilith, my vampire mobster, which soon might be once a week Thursdays. But yeah, go follow me on Twitter if you want to see some bullshit stuff, my art, and that's me. TheNakedKingdom.com.
Oh, hi everybody. It's me, LizMac, or at LizMacD22 on Twitter, because I'm in a constant battle with someone who hasn't used their account in 8 years and won't give me their account name. But anyways, you can catch me here every Sunday night playing our dear Lydia. Other than that, if you'd like to keep up with me, and things are kind of crazy right now. I'm launching a video game in 2.5 weeks. So if you want to check it out, it's Operation Tango. It is now available to wishlist on PlayStation, on Steam, on Epic Games, and Microsoft tomorrow. And it'll be launching June 1st. You can follow us at Clever Plays on Twitter. And you can also check out jabroni.tv for some amazing other streamers that stream, and we make YouTube content together. Our series right now is Pokemon Showdown, edited by our very own Cyberwolf1201. He's been doing an amazing job with it. So if you'd like a little bit of Pokemon and laughter in your life, check it out on our YouTube. And DanaeKino.com.
I'm assuming that's me, Graybeard, Graybeard Tavern. Check me out on Thursdays during the Mask Game, Wednesdays once a month during Monster Noir. Both here. I can be found on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. for happy hour at the Old Timer Tavern, where Lantern Noir and I take our 85 combined years of gaming experience and answer questions and talk about D&D and other games and all that. You can find that also, if you don't join us on Twitch, don't watch the VOD, you can find it on YouTube over at Lantern Noir and or podcasts, wherever podcasts are located for you. Other than that, Sunday mornings, I have my own show and I play with toys, and we try to play a video game occasionally. This week was was Griftlands. We're almost done with that, and we'll move on to something else. Also, look now for over on my YouTube channel. I did a couple of videos now for Cryofall that should be posted tomorrow afternoon or so. If you want to start out and figure out how to play Cryofall, that's me. I'm trying. Anyway, it for me, GB.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Corns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/indooradventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, including full playthroughs of Curse of Strahd, Ghost of Saltmarsh, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Tomb of Annihilation, Tyrant Security, and many, many more to come. But speaking of things that are being made available for free, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us again at patreon.com/indooradventures. I will post the link in the description of the Twitch, the Discord, all of those other places. It's a great time. Again, you don't need to be a patron in order to get that after show. It's just helpful because Adobe prices are silly sometimes. So consider becoming a patron today. You'll also get access to a decent amount of homebrew content. I am in the process of making more. As always, I just need to sit down and do it because that's the most difficult part. But for now, we are going to be going into that after show, so I'd like to once again say thank you to Danae for running this game. Thank you to GB for playing such an incredible character. I fucking hope Wesley comes back, but if not, down, part of the ship, part of the crew. And I understand that. So, love you guys, and we'll see you all next week. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!